Okay. Happy whatever today is. I tell you all, that is one of the things that I have not been, keeping up with. The days of the week. I mean, you just wake up and you're just grateful that you have made it to see another day, right? Like you're just grateful that you made it to see another day. And yeah, but the days are going by so quickly that, it's really hard, to keep up with each individual day. So let's try again because I'm just getting off a phone call. So happy Tuesday, right? Happy Tuesday. Yesterday felt like Sunday to me for some reason, but whatever. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well. I am, right? Just kind of sitting still for the first time of the day because I've kind of been doing some different things. All good stuff, right? I was just getting off the bike. I do like my little cycling. I try and do some type of exercise every single day, just for preventative measures. I'm very preventative when it comes to my health. And so it's like you rather watch for things before things happen and then you're trying to fix stuff. You want to be more preventative. And so I try and do some type of exercise every single day. And today I was doing my cycling. I don't know if I'll walk later. I might. But I also do my walking because that is like full body exercise. I love that. It's like a great toner for people who don't know. Like swimming and walking, those are my things, like full body workouts. But yeah, so right. Of course, I'm coming to you with another message for the day. I had got started on the last video and then I had to take a phone call. And so we are starting over, which is all right, right? I love to take these moments to kind of reflect and just, really enjoy doing my chats because hopefully it's helpful to someone and it's always helpful for me, right? Anytime that you are able to reflect on things and kind of make sense of your life and the different things that you're doing and what's going on and just spending time with God, all these different things is good for you and your personal growth. And so yeah, that's what happened. I ended up taking a moment right after I've been doing all these different things. I'm taking a moment, I open up my Bible and I'm listening to my music. And of course, right, hopefully that goes okay because when I listen to my music and I'm talking, like sometimes I get distracted because you all know I love music. Well, for people who don't know, I love music and it is my thing. Like it is such a vibe. It's such a vibe. I don't know what it is. If it's not like the instruments themselves, I love live music. I love hearing it. I don't know. It's a thing for me. I love hearing the different words. It's almost like poetry when some people are like putting it together and writing it, and then you hear these words come together, and you can feel how the writer was feeling, or even if it's someone singing it and they didn't even write the lyrics. It's like you can feel right like they're what they're going through every note and how they're singing it and how they're like putting it out there. And even for ourselves, right, like if you a person who's singing in a shower like me or like singing out on the street or wherever, I'm always singing like but if you're a person like me, like yeah, I think my mom was saying that on the phone the other day, like, oh, this singing like your nephew. And so yeah, it's like it's just such a feel good vibe, right? Where you can actually just feel whatever it is that you're singing, whatever the experience is that they're talking about, whatever it is that the notes, how they're coming through and playing. And it's the same thing when I'm watching movies and shows and stuff like that, when I'm hearing the different music and I'm just like, oh yeah, like, oh okay, I'm in this scene, what have you, like you feel like you actually there. It's just music is so powerful, right? And how that works, I don't know what it is, but it's just like just the craft of it and just how people use it and just the expression in it. Like I love it, and it's such a vibe. And so, right, because you all know I don't talk about anything for no reason. So I am doing my cycling earlier today, and I'm doing my exercise. And of course, whenever I'm doing that, I'm either watching TV or I'm reading or I'm listening to music. And so today I decided I'm gonna listen to music, and I was doing my little job search stuff too. And yeah, so this song comes up, and for people who don't know, I love like soundtracks too. Like, yes, I do all the little music and stuff, and then I also like listening to soundtracks or different music that goes in films and all that, because sometimes I'm watching it and I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, but the other times I'm like, oh, this don't go, like, what's happening? What have you, like, I feel like it's like type of music, but then I'm like, but it's like a love scene, like, what's happening here? Like, and so that's how powerful music is, right? Like, it puts you in certain moods and certain vibes. And so yeah, anyway, man, I be getting, distracted when it comes to stuff I like. But yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to music, and one of the songs that comes up is from Creed 3, and I just like picked that song because it came on in one of my, playlists when I was doing my Spotify. And I was listening to the lyrics, right? And I think it's called it's something like Face It, just Face It or something like that. And I'm about to tell you right now, like I'm telling you right now, I am not that person where you ask me like, oh, you hit a song, like who made this? Like what's the name of the song? It's like, I am not that person. I do not remember the names of stuff. Like some I do, like if it's really great, like if you like really awesome for me, like if it's like, oh, I need to go find it, then I might know the name, I might know who it is, but for the most part, I just feel my music. I don't care who made it. I don't care what the name of it is. If it sounds good, I'm like, this is good. What have you? And I'm normally vibing. And for other people too, I'm just like, if you singing this stuff, or if you listening to it, and I see people just standing there, it's like, you don't feel this music, like you don't, what have you? Like you ain't feeling this music. And even when I'm singing sometimes too, it's just like, it's hard for me to stand still if it's something good. It's just like, I'm a singer, but I'm be singing and doing all types of movements and everything. But yes, I digress. So I digress. I'm listening to this song and I was just like, oh, okay, let me see what the lyrics are. Because also I was that person like in high school where I listened to the song, but I never really listened to the lyrics like that, unless it was like something, that it was like the chorus or something was great. But yeah, it was like the Windows to the Wall song. Oh my goodness, like so many of them jams. Everybody remember back in the day. Oh my goodness, I be telling my age. But yeah, back in the day when those songs was coming out, it was just like, yes, all of them was jams. But at the same time, it's just like, I'm grown and I go back and I listen to this stuff and I'm like, oh, that's what the words were saying. Like, like, no, from the windows to the wall. And so, yeah. So today, right, because I'm grown and we have to make sure we're monitoring what we're putting in our system and what we're taking in. So now I'm grown and I was doing my little exercise and cycling and I'm listening to this song, Just Face It, right? And so one, title goes hard. I like that. And I was like, okay, I hear different things, which is why I liked it in the first place. But then I was just like, let me see everything, that it's saying. And while I'm looking at the lyrics and stuff, and today's message has nothing to do with music. I was just gonna tell you, but how I like to chat. But yeah, I'm listening to the lyrics, and it's talking a lot about like basically knowing stuff that goes on. And look, I'm in my thoughts, right? It's talking about stuff that is going on and stuff that ain't right. But at the same time, like you can forgive, right? But you ain't gonna forget. I think that's what it said. Like I can forgive, but I ain't gonna forget them wrongs. Like and it went hard for me, right? Like it hit for me, and so that's one of the reasons why I liked it. And so I'm sitting there and I'm reflecting on it and I'm like, oh man, that's today's message. Like that's today's message. It was talking about this person, or at least for me, interpreting the song, right? It was a person in the song and they were talking about how pretty much they was in the trenches by themselves and stuff, and how now people hitting their line and everything, now that things is all fine and good. And yeah, and one of the lines is saying like, yeah, I forgive, but I ain't gonna forget them wrongs. And so which I like right? Like that's one of the reasons why I like music and I like creativity, because it gives you a chance to for real express yourself and talk about the stuff that we go through and really put it out there because somebody else shares these stories, right? And so yeah, so today's message I wanted to go into and start it off in that way, because it's real, right? Where we live in an imperfect world, but thank God for Jesus. Thank God that He is so faithful and He's so loving, and all His love is unconditional, right? It's all unconditional. And so while I was sitting there listening to the song and vibing, I'm just like, you know, when we go through stuff, right? When we go through stuff, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. It's like when you go through stuff and it's this conditional love, because we're living in this imperfect world, and it's this conditional love that's coming through. It's just like you want to forgive, although the song is saying like I forgive, but I ain't gonna forget them wrongs. It's like with God, He does though. Like He does. In fact, in Corinthians, that's one of the things that he talks about, where it's like love never fails. Love always protects, it always conquers, it doesn't dishonor, it doesn't count wrongs, right? So it's like, how can you be remembering a wrong when it's telling you don't count it, right? So although I'm like, yeah, this song hit hard and this is real, right? Because we're in an imperfect world and this is how it is. Like as humans, and especially with us dealing with all types of relationships and people. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's what it's for. It has nothing to do with, okay, this wrong in this place, or this wrong in that situation, or this wrong with that, thing. It's like, no, these wrongs with people. Right? Like all this stuff deals with people, right? And we're very relational creatures. Like we're very relational. Even Jesus was very relational. And it's real when it comes to unconditional love and God, right? So today's message, I really want to dive into forgiveness is love. That's what I want to get into for today. Loving on a person is being able to for real forgive them. If you are the type of person who constantly has to recount things that you have been wrong by, you know what I'm saying? Like this person did this, or I remember when they did that. Not letting people live stuff down, like holding grudges, doing all types of. It's like conditional, right? Like you loving a person, but you're conditionally loving them because you're remembering all the stuff they done did, and you're continuously recalling it, or you're continuously, like thinking about it and all that, like for real, whether you're saying it out loud or you're thinking it to yourself. Now, this is the thing that I wanted to stress, right? Because I'm like, at the end of the day, again, we're imperfect living in this world. And at the same time, we have stuff that's done to us, everybody. And no one's exempt from being wronged, from being disappointed, from being let down, from being put down, like all types of stuff. Like no one's exempt from it. It has happened to every person. And if it hasn't happened and they saying it hasn't happened, either they lying or they don't know that it's happening. What have you? Like it's happening behind the scenes. But either way, everybody is going to experience it or has experienced it. And it's one of those things where if you love, it's a choice. It's not that we don't know the stuff that's going on. Some of us don't. But it's not that you don't know some stuff that a person has done or people have done, or you don't care about it. It's the fact that you're choosing to love anyway, right? I would hope, right? I'm hoping. That's why I'm doing today's message. Like, yeah, this needs to go out there because so many times we go through things in life, and especially it's amongst everybody. It could be with friends, it could be with family, it could be with coworkers, it could be with neighbors, it could be with the community, it could be, with anybody, a stranger. But the fact of the matter is, it's a choice to love, right? Like, God is the ultimate example where he basically sent his only son to die for our sins. He knew everything that we were going to do. He, knows everything that we're going to do. Like, he knowingly, right? It's like, this person or these people are going to disappoint me. They're going to let me down. They're going to be unfaithful. They're going to, like, they're going to, like, counting down the list. Like, he already knows and already knew and still chose us before we could even choose him, right? It's such a huge, like, example to emulate. It's such a huge thing to even comprehend. Can we even grasp and, like, for real understand how deep that love is? To be able to choose someone, like, you're choosing to love them, knowing all the stuff they're going to do. They ain't even did it yet. But, what have you, just knowing everything that they're going to do. Right? Like, can you for real say that? Can you seriously choose love? So today's message, I really want us to reflect on, for real, what does it look like to love? What does it look like to love? And you all know I talk about it all the time, but I'm going specifically into this topic because it made me think about that as I was listening to this song. And I love that. I love that. I love how people can create and put things out here in the world, and it can for real trigger people to reflect on things that are of significance, right? It's not just something that's put out for enjoyment, but it's also like this, I don't know, this hit of something good, right? Where it's actually going to start conversations, or it's going to have people really internalizing, like, how their actions are impacting others, right? And so for me, that's what was going on when I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Forgive and forget, right? Like, we say that so much, or it's such a cliche, I'll say. It's a cliche because in today's society, nah, that ain't happening that much. But it's a cliche to say, okay, you forgive and you forget. And of course, you don't want to, I need to unpack that. You don't want to be at a place where it's like, I'm just going to forget as if this isn't a possibility. Like, I'm just going to be, completely oblivious to everything that you do or what have you, or your personality or whatever. It's like, nah, you want to be aware that that's possible, that they're capable of these things. But at the same time, it's like, if you for real choosing to love on them, right? Like, if you're for real choosing to, be this image of Christ and to walk in that manner, it's like, how do we handle it the way he would handle it? And he's telling you, you choose love, choose it. Right? Like, it's not saying walk blindly into things or to be, silly, if that makes sense. Like, what can happen, or what this person is capable of and stuff like that. But it's saying, like, you choose to love them. Now you ask God how, to love them. But at the same time, it's like, if we're gonna go around constantly recounting wrongs that people have done, or holding grudges against people, or basically hanging things over people's head, like, like, if we gonna go around doing that, then it's just like, understand what that is. That is not love. That's not. That's conditional love. Right? Like, that's conditional. I'm gonna love you as long as you do XYZ. I'm gonna love you if you do this and you do that. I'm gonna love you if you believe in this, or you follow that, or like that's when I can love you. But it's like, no, understand that with God, he knew every single thing that we would do, every wrong, every sin, every evil thought, or like bad or wickedness within our heart or in our spirit. Like, he knew. and still chose us. Can we do that? Can we do that for someone else? Can we do that for a family member? Can we do that for a friend? Can we do that for a stranger? Like, can we do that for the people that we're around every day? Can we do these things? Like, it's a matter of seriously thinking about it and reflecting on it. Of course, we always say until you're in the situation, you don't know what you're going to do. Right? Like, we don't know what we're going to do until we're actually in the situation. But I mean, if it gives you something to think about for the day, where at least when you get in that situation, right? Because it does happen. Like I said, everybody's going to go through it if you haven't already. But it's like when you do get in that situation, hopefully you'll have something to pull from because you've already thought about it. Right? But I really want to put that out there because it's so important. Right? It's so important to be able to seriously choose love even when society and everything around us is telling you not to. What? They did this, they did that, and what, you gonna forgive them? What, you gonna act like it didn't happen? Like, what? Like, what? And it's just like, yeah, because God is so merciful to me, because God is so loving towards me, because God ain't conditional with me like that. I can do that for somebody else. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where if it takes a song, right, for us to reflect on this, or if it takes for someone else like me to go through some things for others to think about it, it's like, yeah, then hey, whatever. Right, whatever. I'm going to encourage you to seriously take a moment and reflect. If that's you, if you're the type of person that you can't let things go, if you're the type of person where you're constantly counting, you sitting up there making lists. Like you making lists. They done did this, they done did that, they done, I just don't see how. You get what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And I mean, people, we do some stuff. It's everybody. This is the thing that gets me. It's like it's everyone, all of us in this world. We're people and we are imperfect. We're not going to get it right every single time. In whatever relationship you're in, you're not going to get it right. Just face that. What have you? Like, deal with it. You're not going to get it right. And guess what? Just like you're human, everybody else is human and imperfect too. And they're not going to get it right every single time. So if we continue on and you're sitting up there and you constantly reflecting on what somebody done did to you or what somebody done said, or even if it wasn't towards you, that you just feel like it's just horrible. It's like, okay, so that same conditional love that you're giving, would you be okay if God did that towards you? Right? Like, this is where I really want us to get. Right? Like, this is where I really want us to get to. Like, seriously, in your mind, in reflection, think. If you are that type of person where you cannot let stuff go, you just holding grudges, you just, treating people any kind of way, you is just like, nope, because they said this and did that and da da da. And I ain't even going down the list of how long it was. Like, it could be years ago, it could have been days ago, it could have been minutes ago. But it's just like, if you that type of person who seriously, you're sitting up there counting all the stuff and you just can't let stuff go, and you say, and you sit up there going like, because they said that, they did it. And it's just like, okay, so would you be okay with God doing that to you? Like, really? I know I wouldn't. So I'm serious. Would you be okay? I think that's where it needs to be today. Like, would you be okay if God did that to you? If back when all of this had happened and he decided he's going to send his only son to, suffer for us, to for real go through some things just for us, just to conquer, just for us, so that we can be out here living and trying to get it right. If he chose like, no, because they just gonna mess up anyway. You know, like, nah, because they gonna be unfaithful anyway. Nah, because they just gonna be lying anyway. Nah, because they just gonna be out here just killing and stealing and destroying and doing all types of stuff anyway. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's something to seriously think about for today, especially when we get to those points where we're starting to treat other people some type of way, right? Be very mindful that the same measure that you're giving to other people, like, that's the same measure God gonna give to us, right? And I'm telling you, the best place to go, um, Corinthians. And what is it? Somebody help me out. Like, you all know how I am. It's like I be knowing my word, but knowing specifically where it is, I ain't that person. So, but I'm thinking maybe let's shoot for 1 Corinthians 13, maybe. And if not, I'm gonna, as always, encourage you to go Google it and look up the definition of love in the Bible. It is so many things, but it is definitely not anything that this world is saying that it is. Okay? Because first of all, you got a person who done died, right? Laid their life down for all of us. If that ain't love, I don't know what is. So when you're looking up this definition and it's telling you like love, it conquers all. Like, love doesn't dishonor others. Like, love always protects, it always hopes, it always trusts. Like, when you're going through all the things it is, and it tells you like love does not count wrongs, right? Then you can for real start to reflect on, are we in alignment with this? Right? Like, are we in alignment with this? Like, are we? Especially in today's world and society, it's a lot of conditional love. It's a lot of that. And when I can experience or even see or even myself do it, where it's just like, man, it's a choice. Like, when I realize that like love is a choice. I know a lot of the time we grow up and it's just like, man, blood thicker than water. You know, for the one, right? You got family where it's like you obligated to love, you know, what have you type of thing. But it's like, nah, man, love is a choice. Love is a choice. Love is a choice for anyone. Love is a choice. You can know the things that go on, you can see the things that be happening, and man, love is a choice. We see that even with God. He knew everything. And in this world, do we think a person or a God, right, you know, would be like, they about to do what? Like, I ain't about to do nothing for that. You know, I'm like, I ain't sending nobody for that. I ain't about to, you know. And it's just like, but he did. He chose us before we could even choose him. That's what that really means, right? When we say it, all of these cliches, man, like we say it all the time, and it's like, do you know what this means? Like, he chose you. He chose you before we could even choose him. It was a choice. He already knew. Same thing with today's world. I think it's, man, love is so powerful. It's one of the biggest strengths that you could have. It's the strength, right? One of the biggest, because we know God is okay and Jesus okay, but to love for real, that is powerful. It's powerful, and I think sometimes people don't even understand that. I think sometimes in society, some people think they get away with things. They think they're doing stuff and it's under the radar, or they think they're doing it and no one's gonna know. You know, and I'm serious. I'm being real now. And you know, take it how you want it, chew it up, spit it out, whatever. But it's like, seriously, if you think about it, a lot of the time, some people, they think they be slick. They think they be doing stuff and people don't know. And it's like, those very people, you know, what have you, they know. They're just choosing to love you anyway. They choosing to love anyway. That part. I think this is where it's kind of challenging to get it. It's either it's there or it's not, right? To even realize that. I think sometimes it goes right over people's heads where seriously they for real think, oh, they still treat me well, or they're still, like they're still doing this, or they're still around. And I'm telling you, it happens in all types of relationships. But it's just the fact that for real, some people they really don't even understand that it's like, yeah, people be knowing. They just choosing to love you anyway. Right? How powerful is love? How powerful is it, right? They always say like love is blind, but it's like sometimes people are well aware. They're just choosing to love anyway, right? And today is not a counseling session, so we're not going deep into we're not going into the whys, right? But at the end of the day, I just want to put it out there, like it's something to think about. It really is. As far as like you forgive and then you forget, and it's like, yeah, because when you read in the word and it's telling you this, it's telling you like love doesn't count wrongs. Love doesn't do that, right? Um, so be able to forgive. Like understand that if you're the type of person who you constantly counting wrongs, you constantly recalling stuff from the past, you constantly, taking tabs on every time something is being done, you can't stop thinking about or bringing up stuff that people done did that ain't right. It's like understand that you haven't forgiven that person. You are still holding on to it, and that's not love. That's not. Let it go. Like, I'm serious. Let it go. Not for them, but for yourself. Let it go. Right? I think one time in the past, it was a question about this. Like, how are you able to forgive? And that is how. That's how I got to that space. It's been so much, right? And I'm sure other people too, right? Like me too, everybody, like all of us, Jesus too. Like if he went through it, we definitely going through it. But it's like, going through so much, throughout the years. It's just like that's how I got to that place. It wasn't a let me, write this letter. I think at one point they were saying like, oh, you write a letter to each person. You say what each person did. What have you. Like you tell them what you want them to. And no shade, if it works for you, it works for you. But it did not work for me. Like it did not work for me. Or you write it down and then you put it on a piece of tissue and you throw it in the toilet. You flush it down the toilet. What have you. Or you go and you just say it out loud and blah, blah. I got to forgiveness when I found out what love was. And the best love that I was shown was from God. And when I figured that out, and he for real showed me what it means to love on a person, and that, if he can do it for me, then I could do it for somebody else, that's when I figured out how to forgive. That is when. And so when I was asked the question, a few months back, that's what I said. What have you? I was just like, well, I just love on them. What have you? And it sounds so, like random. Like, what? You trying to forgive a person, but you just love on them. It's like, yeah, because if you're loving a person, love is forgiveness, right? Like, love is forgiveness. I'm not saying, again, be out here silly and knowing what a person can do and knowing how they treat you and stuff like that, and if they still the same person or whatever, it's not saying don't be aware of what's been done. It's saying you forgive it and you forget. It's like you're not even, you starting fresh and new, right? Like each day we have new mercies, each day we have new grace. It should be the same way. If God can do it for you, you can do it for other people, right? And that's why I say it's not so much that you're doing it for the other person as much as you need to do it for yourself. Understand what love is. And I'm telling you, the easier it's going to be for you to do it for other people. It just comes easy to me now. Like, right? It just comes easy to me because it's like, God can do it for me. I can do it for somebody else. I know what it feels like for him to love on me. So I can do that for you. You get what I'm saying? And even if you see it happening over and over again, what he said in the Bible, forgive them 7. What now? Again, somebody go look it up. Whenever somebody quoting scripture or they talking about the Bible, you go look it up for yourself. Because Like, I already know I get tripped up on this one a lot because I can't remember. It's so many numbers. But he say, how many times do you forgive them? 70 times 7 or something like that. Like, basically, he's saying, you keep on doing it. You keep on doing it. You keep on doing it. Now, in the real world, it's like you ain't gonna let somebody keep on hurting you or keep on, as much as he say you turn the other cheek and, they go, one mile you go to. It's just like, okay, but God ain't about us being in no crazy situations. So, like you pray about that for real. And you ask him what, similar to that last video I was talking about with the loving on yourself and knowing what love is and respecting yourself, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and check that video out. But yeah, you want to make sure too that you're aware of situations, but it ain't you just gonna act oblivious to things and just keep letting crazy stuff happen. It's more of a you choose it, right? Because the more mercy that we can show to other people, right, the more mercy that they get to receive and they can learn and give it to somebody else, right? So it's one of those things where seriously we have to take it in and kind of chew it for ourselves and think about it. It's some food for thought for the day. And always, right, feeding us when it comes from the word, right? Like, again, try 1 Corinthians 13, and I want you to for real be thinking about that for the day, right? Like, with all the relationships that we have or all the people that we know and, or whatever, right? Like, whether it was when you was growing up or, now at this point in time or even in the future, it's something to think about. Like, are you able to do that for people? Are you able to love on them in a way where it is not conditional, where it is unconditional, and where the same thing God does for you, you can do for them, right? So all of this, right, just from me cycling today and listening to my music, right, and then coming and reading my word, right, because then I was reading and it opened up to today, which is good. Okay, it opened up today to Psalms 25, and I love me a good psalm. I love anything in the Bible, but man, the part that did it for me today was I'm in Psalm 25. Psalm 25:12, and then, well, I'm gonna read before that because it's good. Psalm 25:8, 8 through 15. And he says, good and upright is the Lord. Therefore, he instructs sinners in his way. He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them his way. All the ways of the Lord are loving and faithful. Like, that's real. Like, that's real. All the ways of the Lord are loving and faithful towards those who keep the demands of his covenant. For the sake of your name, Lord, forgive my inequity, though it is great. Who then are those who fear the Lord? He will instruct them in the ways they should choose. They will spend their days in prosperity, and their descendants will inherit the land. The Lord confides in those who fear him. He makes his covenant known to them. My eyes are ever on the Lord, for only he will release my feet from the snare. Like, and I'm just, that part for me, because I had to stop. I'm looking like, oh yeah, he do confide in us. Like, he do tell us little secret things, what have you, like secret plans and everything. He will for real reveal some things to you that you should not know. Like, but he will do it. Again, the choice to love us, the choice, right, to cover us, the choice to guide us, the choice to for real be there for us. And then the part where it goes into man, who fears him? But those who do, he instructs you in the ways that you should choose. While people sitting up here, even, all of us, right? Because we're imperfect and trying to figure out, like, what do I make this choice or not? Do I go here? Do I go there? Do I do this? Do I do that? Look at that type of thing. And it's just like, man, when we rest in him, no, he telling you. Like, he's telling you, he will instruct them in the ways that they should choose. He letting you know. He's gonna guide you. He gonna be there for you. And then the part where it says they'll spend their days in prosperity and their descendants will inherit the land. Promises, right? These is promises. Like, come through. So that whole psalm for me, I just read some lines from it, but that whole psalm for me. And it's so interesting because a lot of the times people, again, they'll talk about what this person doing, that person doing, and all of that. And of course, none of us want to be out here just airing out our own stuff, whatever. Like, so well, I did this yesterday, and type of thing. And it's like we all do stuff, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like, but yeah, God's so merciful. He's so forgiving. He's so loving. He's so graceful with us. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you know what that feels like, if you truly understand what that feels like from God, with anything in your life, then you should already know, like, do that for those around you, right? Like, if nothing else, go find that scripture, because I know it was talking about one thing in particular, and I'm not like, trying to make the scripture apply to everything, but it is what it is. Like, the same mercy you show is the same mercy that's going to be shown to you. And if you look up in the Bible different areas where that's discussed, I'm pretty sure it's a scripture that says that. Like, those who show mercy will be given mercy. You get what I'm saying? Like, be mindful of these things, and it's something to for real think about and reflect on, because once again, we all find ourselves in situations, because we're people and we're imperfect, and we're dealing with other people right, that are imperfect in all aspects of our lives, like in whatever it may be. We're all relational, and so at some point you're gonna deal with it, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do when you've been wronged? What do you do, when basically wrongs are coming up in your life? Are you holding grudges? Are you for real seeking revenge? Are you sitting up here doing stuff back and forth? Like, it's something to think about, because he's telling you it ain't no room, no gray areas, no room for misinterpretation. He's telling you in 1 Corinthians 13. Well, not 13, because that's just one, whatever. But yeah, read through what it says about love, and that is one of them. Love don't count wrongs. So understand that if that's something that you're doing, that's not love. And God already tells us, if you hating a brother or a sister, and it's not saying a sibling, it's saying a brother or a sister, basically any other believer out here. And it's really supposed to, we all supposed to be brothers and sisters, right? Like, we all supposed to be one. But for simple terms, it's saying, if you out here hating somebody in this world, how are you claiming that you love him? It's impossible, right? It's scripture. Like, look this stuff up. But yeah, so giving you some food for thought for the day, something to kind of chew on, and definitely, hopefully, start some conversations. And if nothing else, just give you some reflection for real, and kind of getting some calls to action to work on that, and to seriously, I don't know, take a moment with yourself for that, because I see a lot of that in this world, and definitely amongst all types of people, all types of relationships, and we want to be in alignment with God, right? Like, we trying to be more Christ, like we want to be more in His image, and doing all of that is not of Him. You get what I'm saying? Like, something to think about for the day. So I hope, as always, that it was helpful for you. I hope that it was something that touched you, or something that, makes you think, something that challenges your way of thinking, and pushes you to do something, right? Something positive, something impactful, something that's going to be good, something that's going to be a blessing. Yeah. And I hope that everyone enjoys the rest of this day. I still have to think, am I going to do my walking? I'm not sure. But hopefully everyone enjoys the rest of their day, and takes it easy out there, not just on yourself, but on others. And yeah, get out here and love, right? And enjoy some good music. Shoot, I'm listening to music right now. Now my gospel music on. But yeah, I'm going to be listening to my music some more. I haven't even been watching TV today. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying, and I shall talk to you all another time. Bye.